a fully evolved Seismitoad, and how good is Tympole? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. I feel like my camera's like off to the side. Hold on, I'm like not centered for some reason. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel, and I am so excited. Take a look at this layout. I'm excited for the next few videos because I have three different layouts to show you guys. This comes from Integral. Since he contacted me on that video a few videos ago, I've contacted him. I was like, yo, bro, I kind of need some more layouts. So he made this layout. And I'm also going to show you guys the very first layout he presented to me, which I've never used before. And it's still pretty awesome. So I'm going to show you guys that one later. And then the man Dread made me a layout as well. And the layout is super clean. I can't wait to show you guys that. Now, listen, Pokemon Duel, it's been kind of... not much has been going on. I mean, we're all patiently awaiting for the Z-powered update. So I've been kind of grinding other games. I've been playing Apex Legends a lot. I will be continuing to grind that. I really like that game. I think it's really awesome. So if you want to tune into those streams, go ahead and tune into those streams. Now let's get back to Pokemon Duel. And there's this deck that I want to show you guys. Okay, but first, before we get into that, let's open up these boosters. And I want to prepare you guys for maintenance. What's going to happen is when maintenance happens, it's going to be the 13th, and what I plan to do, me and Kado, we're gonna have like a little podcast, right? We're gonna stream we're gonna stream all night from when maintenance goes down until when maintenance has concluded, so we can just see all of the new stuff. So it's gonna be a really long stream. Come join us. Me, Kado, we'll probably have some other people on the call as well, and we're just going to talk everything Pokemon Duel, everything about the new buffs that we're receiving, the ones that we're not receiving, what we liked, what we didn't like, and we're just going to prepare ourselves for the Z-powered update. Cannot wait. Again, that's going to be on the 13th, right when maintenance goes down. All right, now this deck I want to show you guys. This features, we're going to go to decks real quick, and we're going to talk about it. It features Full Melt, okay? Full Melt. I am still convinced Full Melt is you, Tarvold. Full Melt is you, and if it's not you, then it's a Pokemon Duel dev, because the deck builds that they do are so interesting and they work so well. So that's why I think it's Tarvold, or I think it's a Pokemon Duel dev. Don't let Full Melt fool you. Full Melt's a phenomenal player. Now let's take a look at this deck. I remember when I played, I think it was Full Melt. It was either Full Melt or Tarvold. Can't remember which name it actually was. And we see this figure. Let's look at the figures. This is actually the deck that they used. I can't really show it off because I don't have the Resolute form, so I'm going to show you one of their matches, and it happened, I think like 2 or 3 days ago. It was in Featured, so I recorded it on my phone, so you're not going to be able to see, I'm not going to be able to like pause it and discuss movements. Like, I mean, I can pause it on my phone, but I can't do it like how it would be if I was watching a Featured Duel. Actually, let's talk about that for a second. In Featured, it would be nice if it showed the Duel ID at the bottom, just in case you wanted to save a duel that you saw and then make a video later on. So, devs, if you guys are watching, maybe incorporate that. I think that'd be cool. All right, now let's take a look at this deck. Like I said, Full Melt always has these super interesting decks. Now, what can these figures... First of all, let's look at Tympole, all right? Tympole, when this thing came out, I was like, why would anybody use this? And when I played Full Melt or Tarvold, I saw them. I'm like, why are you using this? What can this thing do? It has no ability. Danger Signal. All right, one of your Seismitoad, Palpitoad, or Tympole that is not asleep or frozen may be moved within their MP range. That Pokemon gains weight. I'm like, okay, why would you have this? Just this. You need the Tympole, but you need to be rocking the other Palpitoads or Seismitoads in your deck as well. I didn't realize that Danger Signal applied to Tympole as well. So if you attack this thing and it lands Danger Signal, it can move 3 spaces away, because that's within its MP range. It's 3 MP. Okay? So you see that deck. I mean, that figure. And then you got the Resolute. Resolute, we all know what the Keldeo and Keldeo Resolute form can do. It's got the Water Jump. It's got the Hydro Kick. But Full Melt is also rocking the Rotom into the Wash Rotom. And I'm pretty sure the Rotoms, you can just cycle whichever one you want in the game, right? They're rocking the Wash Rotom to turn everything water, so your water mons can go through. So let's say things are turned into water. They attack the Tympole. Tympole moves away and then can cheese for the goal. But they're also rocking the Refrigerator as well to turn everything into ice. And what does this thing do? You guys know the Ice Cheese with the Avalog. Before using this Pokemon, you can switch its position with an adjacent Ice Pokemon or Frozen Pokemon. So the goal here is to get this Avalog next to the goal and then pull the cheese. Well, how are you going to get the Avalog right next to the goalie? Well, we have the Kirlia. Kirlia's Cycle Switch. The battle opponent is moved to the bench, switches this Pokemon with one of your Pokemon on the field or bench. It's a Pokemon Switch, Brood. It's going to bench the opponent, and then you get to switch with one of your figures. So that's the goal. You're going to bench the goalie. They're going to be forced to goal block, but you're going to switch to Avalog and then use Avalog's ability the following turn. So when I saw this match and featured, I was like, dude, that is so brilliant. And then the Tapu Lele to give the extra star for the Kirlia. I was like, dude, your deck builds are absolutely insane. So that's how the deck works. I do have a match to show you guys. Like I said, I recorded it, so we're going to jump into that right now. All right, guys. We are back, and first of all, let me please excuse me for this quality. Like I said, it does something weird when it's shown like a recording on my screen, so it looks a little weird, so please forgive me for that. But let's just go into it and see what happens. Oh man, I have to watch this the weird way. It's so weird. Okay, first of all, we're going to stop right here. This is such a brilliant move by Full Melt. The reason being, Tympole is moved right here, so the opponent has to block this thing off. Doesn't want him taking the entry point. However, if the opponent for some reason attacks the Tympole, okay, and it lands its purple, it can move 3 steps away. So let's say it attacks with speed or the fracture. Well, Tympole's going to hit the purple, and it's going to move right in the center of... I can't even point it out. I'm sorry. But it's going to move in the center of the field, okay? So it's going to move to the entry point, then up, and then up again. And then, what does the opponent have to do? They are forced to block off the Tympole when it's in the center. So they're going to move something right in front of it. Well, Full Melt is rocking the air balloon. So if the opponent does move right there in front of them, they would just air balloon and be in the center threatening game. So then the opponent's either going to have to burn the goal block, or if they attack them and they hit their purple, they can cheese right there. So that first move is so phenomenal. All right, let's continue watching. Oh, man, I have to watch from here. So they move on the speed. They're going to protect here with the Rotom. See, and they're going to go Rosh Rotom right now. So everything turns water. Thimble can go to the entry point if wanted. But then the opponent's going to bring on the Mew, and they're going to attack here, which is a good attack because Mew has pretty good odds. So instead of moving to the entry point, I don't know why he decides to bring on the... I'm pretty sure he could have moved on with the entry point, right? But he's going to DC here. He's trying to get the Hydro Kick on the Fracture. Ends up getting the Water Jump. I thought he was going to take the Water Jump. I was like, oh, cool. He's just going to Water Jump here, force the opponent to goal block early on. But like I said, he's going for the Hydro Kick. But he doesn't get it, so now he's going to have to pull off the evolution into the Resolute form, while the opponent does get their Haxorus. And now they're going to have to go block because they can go on. Yeah, why didn't Full Melt just go to the entry point with the Tympole the following turn? I don't know. But I like this attack here because even if he do switches with the Zoro, the Tapu Lele does out-damage the Zoro. Well, I mean, it'd be better if it was Chain 10, but... Well, actually, it doesn't matter because if it does hit Daze. So now they're going to rush up with the speed, and this is where I learned what Tympole can actually do. They attack here, Tympole hits the danger signal, and then it's able to move 3 spaces just like that, and it gains weight. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I just learned. So now he's going to pull the Refrigerator. Oh, and Full Melt also has the Pokemon Switch. They're going to pull the Pokemon Switch right here with the Kirlia into the Resolute form, and now... Unfortunately, does not. I don't think he has the DC, so he's going to attack here and try to hit the purple. I saw what he was doing there, trying to hit the purple, trying to bench him, and then switch to the Avalog. That would have been game right there. Unfortunately, Full Melt does not get it. God, dude, I nerd out so hard about decks like this and cheeses like this. So the opponent here is going to... I like that. But then Full Melt still has a Tympole on the board. Gonna Z-move here and out-damages the Mew. Now they're going to evolve into the Palpitoad. Well, Palpitoad, I don't really think it has that good... I mean, it has like a large dodge and like a 50, and 70 attack. God, I'm sorry. This quality looks so bad. But they're going to attack here with the Haxorus and the Mudshot. The Mudshot, which brings them their MP down 1. So now this Haxorus only has 1 MP, and it's pretty clutch here. You'll find out why. So they had 2 DCs. Even if he wins this roll here, he can still cover up. Oh wait, actually, no. Yeah, trying to get the daze. Yeah, Full Mount actually would have lost right there. But we have 2 Frozen Mons on. And the Haxorus can't win the following turn because they are only 1 MP. Avalog here, clutch with the Air Balloon. Got the 2 MP. So now he's able to cover goal. And Avalog's a pretty good goalie because of that large blue. Opponent here is going to DC here. I mean, the odds are not that great. But, I mean, if you can get rid of the Lele, then I guess that is a good thing. And, I mean, it gets the fortunate roll here. I don't agree with the DC, though. Because either way, if it hit white, you win. There's no reason to DC because you get outstarred. So, I don't know if yeah, I think that was a waste of plate there. But able to cover up with the Avalog here. And they're going to attack with the Rotom. And they're going to go back into the regular form. I think I would have stayed just to potentially freeze again. But they're going to max revive the Mew, and Mew is going to die right away by the Palpitoad. And like I said, a fully evolved Seismitoad. Not that Seismitoad is really that attractive fully evolved. I mean, it's just cool to actually see somebody fully evolved Seismitoad. I mean, it doesn't give it that much damage value. It's only at, 90? So, like I said, it's not that significant, but it's still pretty cool to see a fully evolved Seismitoad. And the Ice Beam, unfortunately for the opponent, they are not rocking a grass figure, so there's nothing they can do in terms of healing their frozen figures. I don't know what Full Mount did there. I don't know why they Z-moved and then didn't Z-move, but the opponent here is going to take this opportunity. They're going to Z-move, and Full Mount does get the miss. So the game is not over. Like, it's still a good game. There's still a possibility, but not really, because the opponent is down 2 Mons that are frozen surrounding Full Mount's goal. This is actually troll. Like, it's hilarious. So let's see how the opponent here is going to try and get back from this. There's not much they could do. Oh, man. So he's going to attack the Tapu Lele here. Able to confuse. I don't know who it confuses. Probably confuses the Lele. Yeah. But all Full Mount's got to do is move the Rotom right next here. And, I mean, Rotom has a good survivability, so it's pretty much GG boys. However, gets the miss. But then again, the Tapu Lele is still there, but it is confused. So all Full Mount's got to do is move the Lele and hopefully survive a roll. And does not. Like, okay. All right, the opponent's not over yet. Opponent is not out of this yet. Until now, when you Z-move. Which, actually, this would have made... No, it wouldn't have. Well, if this was chained, if it was chained at least 1, then it would have made the difference to have this Seismitoad, because Seismitoad can out damage it now. If it was just 7, well, I guess if Seismitoad was chained too, then it would be fine. But I like what Full Mount did here, just going for the win. The opponent moved, so he's going to go for the water jump. Unfortunately, does not hit it. But because of that, that was such a brilliant move as well, because in turn doing that, the Dio speed is then going to take the surround instead of, I mean, it had to, otherwise it was probably going to lose the following turn, instead of actually moving on the right side and trying to unfreeze one of its Mons. So that was also a good play as well. Oh, just kidding, it still has the balloon. I don't know, you know what, if you get KO'd you still have the balloon? Because it still had the balloon there, didn't it? Yeah, but basically setting up around, all you got to do is get rid of the speed here. Great attack. The speed is out damaged because of the poison, and Full Mount here is not going to take the evolution. Doesn't need to. Takes the entry point, and that is GG, boys. Doesn't matter what happens. The opponent is going to lose the following turn. And this time, they're not going to forfeit. I don't know why. They're just going to try and KO here, which they do. But Full Mount is able to take the entry point, the goal with the Rotom the following turn. So I just wanted to show off that deck. I thought it was so cool. Let's go back into Pokemon Duel. All right, and we are back to Pokemon Duel. I do really want to test this deck out, but I do not have the Resolute form. Like I said, Full Metal puts together some really cheesy decks. I always enjoy seeing decks from them. But again, guys, the 13th, we are going to have a party. Please tune in. Until then, join me on the Apex stream, all right? Later, guys. Peace.